Hello and welcome to another edition of Geek Life at the Movies. I am, as always, Steven. And this is a spoiler filled review of The Amazing Spider-Man #2, which stars Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, Dane DeHaan, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, as Harry Osborn, and Jamie Foxx as Electro. Now, I just want to reiterate right here that this review is going to have spoilers in it. You're going to find out the ending of the movie, so if you don't want to know what happens at the end, then check out our spoiler-free review, and I should have a link somewhere in the description below. Now, this movie is good, I liked it. The beginning quickly takes care of the Peter-Gwen relationship, where she finally breaks it off with him because he is a bit of a bitch. I mean, apparently, throughout the span of time between the two movies, he has broken up with her many a time. That's what I get from the scene. And it's because he keeps seeing her father everywhere. So he breaks up with her. Because he made a promise to her father, and apparently he can't keep his promises. But he does get a little stalkerish after she breaks up with him, because when he isn't stopping crime or protecting the city from bad guys as Spider-Man, he is following her around. This dude cannot take no for an answer. He follows her around. A lot of women find that creepy. A little bit weird. At least the women I followed find it that way. Or at least that's what the restraining orders I have against me say. I'm kidding, I don't really have restraining orders against me that I know of. But, Gwen Stacy obviously digs it. And it appears as if Peter and Gwen Stacy are soulmates. Or are they? I guess we'll find out a little bit later. The main bad guy is Electro. To be honest, I didn't really like the character. And to be honest, most of the action sequences kind of suck. Other than the end fight between him and Spider-Man. That was okay. I kind of dug that. But what saved the character from being a total train wreck were the interactions between Electro and Harry Osborn, when Osborn is trying to talk Electro into helping him get back into Oscorp, which he had previously been fired and forcibly removed from. And the scenes between Electro and Spider-Man. Not so much the action sequences, but the banter back and forth. That's really the only thing, in my opinion, that saved Electro, the character. You guys might think I'm an idiot, and a lot of people would agree. But, just tell us what you thought about the character of Electro. I personally think they should have picked a different character. I mean, I can see how it ties into the story, but, like I said, I'm just not a fan of Electro. Meanwhile, throughout the movie, Harry takes over Oscorp from his father, who has died from the illness that Harry inherited. And after he finds some video from Richard Parker's experiments, from the spider experiment that, well, it's basically the spider experiment with the spider from that bit Peter in the first movie. Harry believes that to cure his disease, he needs the blood of Spider-Man to try to figure out what it is that helps him regenerate or heal him. However, Spider-Man flat out tells him, no, you're not getting my blood. He makes it a point to go to Osborn and be like, dude, I know you need my blood to keep from dying, but you're not getting it. Which is kind of a dick thing, because Spider-Man / Peter Parker is best friends with Harry. And he's telling his best friend, hey man, I know my blood can save you, but fuck off, I hope you die. Anyway, with the help of Electro, Harry Osborn gets into, like, the secret lab of Osborn, where they conduct experiments and store the stuff that they're not supposed to have. Where they were keeping vials of the spider venom from the experimented on spiders. And Harry injects himself with some of the spider venom. How can anything go wrong with that, right? I mean, come on. Straight up venom. You inject it. That's all kinds of stupid, but, you know, who am I? Anyway, there are disastrous results from that. And we get to see the birth of the Green Goblin, who I feel is the better villain. I can understand why they didn't just have the Green Goblin in it, because, you know, the Green Goblin has kind of been played out. He was in the last trilogy. He's all through the cartoons. He's pretty much, if you ask somebody about Spider-Man and ask him who his villain is, most people are going to say the Green Goblin, because that's the one everybody knows. Even some people that don't read comic books. Because the cartoons and everything else inundates you with the Green Goblin. You got Spider-Man, you got the Green Goblin. So like I said, I realize why they brought Electro in it. I wish they hadn't. They should have found somebody else. But, like, maybe Mysterio. That would have been great. Maybe. Would have been. I think that would have been cool. Mysterio as the bad guy in the movie. But I digress. Harry Osborn realizes that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So, after Spider-Man defeats Electro, you got the Green Goblin swooping in. And he's like, Peter, you are my friend. And Spider-Man / Peter Parker is like, oh shit, he knows who the fuck I am. And you got Gwen Stacy in the back trying to put the power back on because Electro, they had just had the fight and he had blacked out the city. And the Goblin's like, oh, motherfucker, I know you love Gwen Stacy, so I'm gonna be killing the shit right out of her. And there's a climactic fight scene where they're just fucking battling it out. They end up in some clockwork gears. And you got Spider-Man with the web attached Stacy, Gwen Stacy. I don't know why I'm just calling her Stacy. With one of his spider webs attached to her, trying to keep her from falling. He has his foot in the gears. He's getting pummeled by the goblin. This is just great. And eventually the thing breaks. Gwen Stacy falls. And he slaps around the goblin a little bit. Dives down after her. He shoots the web and it attaches to Stacy again. Gwen Stacy again. And he catches her. Springs her back. But now this is the big spoiler. In the comics, when Gwen Stacy dies, you know it's Peter's fault. But this movie kinda takes the fault away from Spider-Man, because you can see where when she stops, her head goes back and hits the floor. Actually, if you want to see the clip, I found one on YouTube that somebody must have done with their cell phone. So you can check it out here. Yeah, that's what happened. You should definitely check out this movie. It looks so much better in theaters than that last clip you saw, which was done on probably a shitty cell phone. So go fucking check it out. You won't be disappointed. And with that, I bid thee a fond farewell.